The engine does not wake up after the mistake. It sleeps beside you from the beginning. It knows your appetites before you act on them, and it prepares the alibi in advance. That is the part most miss. The justification is not repair, it is blueprint. A child breaks something. The eyes move first to the door, then to the light. Not because the child is deceitful, but because the child is learning. Guilt arrives as a problem to be solved, not a signal to be endured. The brain discovers that feeling bad is optional if the story is adjusted quickly enough. By adulthood, this has become reflex. The hand moves, the narrative follows, and soon the gap closes entirely. Most people cannot separate the act from the excuse because they were never separate. They grew together. This is not malice. It is maintenance. The social animal cannot survive as the villain of its own tribe. Evolution does not select for honesty. It selects for coherence. A human who sees itself clearly as the aggressor freezes, isolates, dies. So the mind erects scaffolding around every sharp edge. The betrayal becomes adaptation. The cruelty becomes strategy. The brain does not delete the victim. It rewrites them into a cautionary tale, a necessary casualty. This is not conspiracy. This is neurochemistry serving the organism. In practice, it looks like the colleague you undermine. 6 months later, you do not remember the envy. You remember only that they were not a team player. The memory of your malice has been laundered so thoroughly that even your dreams exonerate you. This is the cost. You do not lose relationships because you are cruel. You lose them because the engine makes cruelty invisible to you, and an invisible hand cannot be held. You walk through the wreckage, convinced you are the reasonable one. The engine leaves no fingerprints, only a spotless self. Some believe awareness is a cure. They are wrong. The engine consumes its own diagnosis. You learn the pattern, and the pattern becomes proof of your sophistication. You tell yourself you are self-aware now, as if naming the mechanism in retrospect is the same as stopping it in motion. It is not. You will do it again. You will feel the brief stab of recognition afterward, and you will bury it under analysis. The intelligence does not save you. It builds better prisons. You thought of someone else while I was speaking, a specific person who behaves exactly as I described. That redirection is the engine. You are not exempt. You never were. What interests me is the half second before the engine engages. The raw moment where the act is seen clearly, without story. Some people learn to extend that gap, not to become better. There is no better. But to feel the cost before the anesthesia arrives. That is the closest thing to honesty. It does not change what they do. It only changes what they know about themselves. And that knowledge is not redemption. It is simply a sharper kind of loneliness. The engine hums nearby, waiting, always ready to offer the old comfort. They refuse, not because they are good, because they have tasted the alternative, and they cannot unknow it. I am Draven. The pattern continues. It always does. Follow because the patterns do not stop here.